Hello, Chrissy here. I decided that today I was going to make a pasta salad and a sirloin cutlet steak. And I thought, it's been a while since I've been on YouTube, so I am going to do this with all of you. And anybody who does not like that fact can suck a monkey ball. So here is our cooking surface, which I don't like, and I don't think you will either. Let's see if I can get you a better angle without unplugging anything. Right. So, we have the pasta, which is a tri-colored pasta with black olive, already been cooked. Some mushrooms, in a can, of course. Just gonna dump those in there. Now, I need, as Dana says all the time, a spatula, of course, to mix the mushrooms into the pasta. La la la. And then I have some Italian vignette dressing to spray, yes I said spray, on the pasta, because look, it's got a sprayer. So you just spritz that puppy on there, lots of it, lid back on the pasta. Shake it. A couple more. And then you open it. Ta-da! Italian vignette pasta with mushroom and black olive. I am now going to set that into the fridge until we're done with the steak part of this, because we'll need it for the plating. So we just find a space in the fridge and just kind of shove it in there. You don't want to see my fridge, trust me. Okay, so now we need a pan. I need a pan. Hey, that'll work. No, it won't. I need. Ah! No. I don't want that one either. Aha! Got the pan. Okay, now here's the deal. Since it's sirloin, it has its own grease. I have a rule about that. I don't add grease to the pans anymore. If it's meat, I let it deal with its own meat. As far as the grease goes. Oh, the oven turner. The oven, the burner. Apologize. Put this on there. There's you. Oh, by the way, hey, come on. Oh, this is he. She's the newest member of the side of the house. Bridget. Nice. Daisy. 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 Girl. Come here, Daisy Lou. Pretty now. There is baby Daisy. She's a Siberian Husky. Dana brought her back from Florida a few years ago, and her's been out back, but now she gets to come inside for the winter. She's very happy, but she doesn't like cameras. And there's Copper. Say hi, Copper. He says hello. And there is Lady Shadow in there. Shadow! Shadow! Get your head out of your butt and say hello. She's like, oh, hi. And of course, Squeakage. Okay. Subs. Now that we have that all under control, let's carefully clip you back to where you were. There we go. Okay, now, stove is hot, pan is hot. Sirloin Cutlet. Scissors, never a knife when it comes to these stupid little packages. Cut the plastic off. Any minute now, Dana's going to screw this up by coming barreling through the door. I saw where he was at his sister's. Let's hope I get this done before he comes barging in. So, we're going to take the cutlet, get it out of the paper, apply to pan. Hear that? Ooh. So now the cutlet is having a roast in the pan. If you're still wondering what my apron says, it says middle age is when you stop wagging and start sagging. Boyfriend got it for me about a year ago, thought it was funny. Speaking of funny, let me talk about funny for a second. Funny is when you tell a joke and both people laugh. Funny is when you're walking through the park and you trip on your shoelace. Tripping isn't funny. But what is funny is after you trip, a clown picking you up and deciding to juggle to cheer you up. Funny is not telling a sexual joke, but telling a sexual joke in such a way that everyone in the room understands it, and it makes them laugh. And funny is shoe on head. If you can do this for over 1 hour and 27 minutes, then you have beat me and Dolly Parrow. I don't foresee that happening. We've yet to have it happen. Oh, and funny is one cannibal sitting next to another at dinner. The cannibal turns to the other one and says, Does this taste funny to you? And he says, it should. It's Kraut. But it might be a big game me as well, since I had to chase him down. So, now that the steak is starting to get some get up and go to it, as you can see by the red rings in the pan, I'm going to take and do something that you're going to hate. But I'm going to do it. Because I always do, because I think it makes it even more tender. And people get so mad about that. But I did it, and you saw what it was I was messing with. Number 2, I have just enough for the tip of the spatula. It's really, really strong. If you like garlic, use a lot. If you're like me and you can't use a lot, use enough to where you can smell it on the steak after you close the garlic jar. Copper, quit chewing your nails. It comes through on the video. And then, onion. Chip chopped. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Da-da-dum. Da-da-dum. La-da-da-da-da-dum. Off to the side. That goes into the sink. That goes in the trash. That goes back on there. You always want to try to keep the stuff that normally is up here, and the stuff that you're using for cooking, you want to try and put away. Now, see, this is what I think's funny. Copper got too close to where I was cooking, and that is why he is now sneezing, because he got garlic up his nose hole. Now then, as you can see, the steak is now becoming a good friend. It is doing well in the pan. And while we're waiting on the steak to be done, oh, by the way, so I was at the store the other day getting gas, and this girl that works at Speedway in Nelsonville, Ohio, I think her name was Christina, just like mine. I went in, and she says, "Are you Italian or German?" I said, "Well, I have Italian heritage. Why?" And she says, "I noticed the malik on your arm." Do you know, as many of the people that know me, she is the first one to properly identify the all-seeing eye as a malik, which is also a family symbol of empowerment for Italian and German families. If you haven't seen my tattoo up close, and you have me on Facebook, then you can look up the picture in my album. But basically, it's dragon wings with dragon tail, and the all-seeing eye with 3 moon dots. The 3 moon dots represent that I'd rather come out at night than be out during the day. It also represents a sense of purity and value systems. So, now we're going to shuffle this around, and the garlic too, because if we don't, it's going to burn and stink. So you want to kind of shuffle this around a bit. Now, see that onion and that garlic that we put in there is going to soak up the vinegar that was in the pan. So, the steak got a lot of the vinegar, yes, when we first put it in. But the stuff that was left in the bottom of the pan is now into the onion and garlic that is in the pan with the steak. So, now we are going to flip the script on the sirloin. Look at how brown that is. Isn't that beautiful? And we're going to push it down a little bit. And then bring the onion and the garlic back around to the back side. And since we want the onion and garlic flavor to stay in the sirloin, we are going to mold it around it, push it into it even, so that it kind of looks like the base of the mountain. You know what I mean? Like the base of a snowy mountain. All you should see is onion and garlic, and then at the top, the sirloin, like you do here. And you let that sit for a couple more minutes. At which point, I'm going to have a cigarette because I'm a smoker, and because I'm in my own home, and because it's my American God-given right that if I want a cigarette, since they're not illegal, I can smoke a cigarette. Now, I'm not near my food, per se. My food is over here and arm's length away. You do not want to smoke directly over your food, because all of the ingredients of the food will foul up the taste of your cigarette, particularly the garlic. So you want to stay an arm's length away from your food when smoking. Plus, it's bad to smoke over an open flame. And if you continue to smoke while you're cooking, keep the hand that has the cigarette away from the stove. Yes, I said away from the stove. And you can use the other hand to manipulate your food if need be. Now then, I had a thought. I don't know how good it'll be, but I've just had a thought. Thoughts happen. We're human. My thought is this. This steak would be ultimately awesome if I had something to go with it that would be flavorful, yet would be a contrast. So, why not bust out something that I haven't used for a very, very long time to go with this? And the thought came to me, sauerkraut! This would be perfect! But not in the same pan as the steak. So, when the steak is done, which you can tell if you push on it and there's still blood coming out of it, it's not done. In this case, I can't even really push down, so it's definitely not done. See that? You can't push down and compress it. It's not done. So, what I'm going to do is this. Receipt out of the road, because you don't want to cook on a burner that's got a receipt on it. It'll break out into flames. We'll start the burner back here. And I'm going to bring my little happy pan up here and put it on the back burner just behind the steak. And I'm going to compensate for that distance. There we go. Now then, can opener, who's got the can opener? I do. Now, see, I could use that one, or I could use this one. I can't use this one right now, but let me point these out. Ignore the sizer. I'm too lazy to go to the store to get one. But a very good friend of mine at one time sent me a ring made of titanium that has a bottle opener and can opener built into it. Rather handy for drinking beer, unfortunately not handy for large round cans. It's meant more for the small cans to hold beer to pop their tabs. So, sauerkraut. Ooh, that pan's hot. Put that in there. And again, get rid of the can in the trash. Now, technically, you probably shouldn't use the same spatula on the sauerkraut that you used on this. However, I'm gonna. So, pokey, 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 pokey. You want to get that sauerkraut down in the pan. Copper, get off of her. Sorry guys, it's a habit and it has to be done. Now, you really shouldn't do this with only one hand. Really, truly. And again, it's the issue that the vinegar is going into the sauerkraut because I like vinegar. If you don't like vinegar, you don't have to use vinegar. So, there's that. And then I am basically going to ruin my steak for a friend. Looky here. Does that give you any clue? By the way, this show is sponsored to you by someone who stayed up all night watching the Kraut race, who is from Montreal, Canada. Love you lot. Kissy kissy. So, steak seasoning. Steak seasoning. Still having the cigarette. At least an arm length away if possible. When not possible, put it on the ashtray on the belt. So, really quickly here, gonna flip the steak again so it doesn't burn. Moving the onion and that out of the road, of course. Because now our steak is D-O-N-E. Done. Now, some people prefer their steak more done than I do, but I am going to show you just how done this puppy is. See? Technically still mooing, but not disgustingly mooing. Just pink. So that's the end of the steak. And I'm going to take the steak off the burner and put it on the back burner back there so that it cools off. Move my sauerkraut up here. Shut off the rear burner. Now I can really get down with the sauerkraut. So, we've already got the vinegar in there, already got the Montreal steak seasoning in there, and again, Mediterranean sea salt. The reason for that is the Montreal steak seasoning is basically salt, garlic, lemon oil, and paprika. It's about a teaspoon of each per little shaky shake. So, get this all blended together, la-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-da. And sauerkraut's basically cooked in a can, so all I was really waiting for was me to heat it up and add some spices. So, now that that's been done, I have shut off the burner, and I'm going to get my plate over here, and I'm going to bring the sauerkraut over and make a nice little bed here for it. As you can see, I take the leftover sauerkraut, set it on the back burner there, get my steak, place it gingerly on top, and then all the garlic and onions that was in the pan get put over the top of the steak. Now, if I was like some gourmet chef or something, I'd be spooning it on and making sure it was all perfect. But I'm not. I'm just a normal person. So because of that, here is Montreal steak sirloin or steak. So there you have it. Steak and sauerkraut, which is obviously missing something, and I just realized what it is. Oh, I'm a bonehead. I forgot the green beans, and I didn't want them in a can. I grabbed the can, didn't want a can. You know what I want? I know what I want. I've just got to get in the freezer and find it. Well, fridge, to be more exact. In the freezing, I gotta get in the fridge and find it. So it's gonna take a second. Oh well, nobody's hurt, no foul, no harm. I just have to move some things around to get to it. Because I can see it. Aha! Got it! Got it! This is what I forgot. Right here, fresh green beans. That's what I wanted with the steak. So I'm going to do a no-no. I'm going to put the steak and sauerkraut in the microwave so that it stays hot. Feed yesterday's hot dog that never got eaten to 3 very patient, very hungry puppies. Here you go, Copper. Good bite. Shadow. So now the 3 dogs have a piece of hot dog. And now I have to figure out... No, I don't. I can do it right now. You remember that pan I had the sauerkraut in? I'm going to cheat. And don't tell me you don't do it at home, because I've seen you do it before. I'm taking the sauerkraut out of the pan, putting it in that fryer. I had the steak in so it stays hot and sucks up everything that was in it. I'm going to apply some water to that pan. And then I'm going to turn the burner back on, or not. Yeah, there's a trick to the stove. Don't do this at home. Apply the thing back to the pan. Oh, floating sauerkraut. You really shouldn't do this, but since it's just for me, it won't make a difference. Right. So, as I was saying, green beans. Very good. Very, very good. However, these particular green beans are a bit different than average. As I said, they are fresh, which means that they also have stems. Now, I'm not one to gripe. Some people will because they don't like working with them with the stems. And it's really simple. Pop, pop into the pan. The only problem is the repetitive action of doing this umpteen thousand times. Good thing for me, it's just my single serving. So I only have to do it enough times to have a handful of green beans for me. I should be cooking for Dana too, but I think his sister's making lunch or he would have been over here by now. That or he just didn't feel like coming home. Let's not go into it. I've had a good day today. Let's not go there. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering about that noise, that is my cell phone. When I get a message that I don't answer right away, it sits there and does that till I answer it. Isn't that cool? Which I think I know who the message is from, and I'm awfully grateful because I'm going to guess that that message is from Ebba, the flutist. She graces my presence every morning with a wake-up call, and now I have the ability that as soon as she calls me and leaves me a message, I'm going to leave her one every morning in return, and then I am going to message Miss J.R. Nault to wake her up, and then she'll message me back, and then she'll message Marie Tornado, and Marie in turn will message her back, and so on and so forth, forward up the chain, until it finally goes back to Ebba. So that it's a wonderful circle of Wake the Hell Up Blog TV. So there's my handful of green beans, and as I said, since it's only me, I've only done the handful. So what's proper is to stick them back in the bag to be used again later. So that's what I do. And then the spare green bean parts, the ends and that, my boyfriend usually puts out in the compost pile, but since he's not here, they get trashed. Because he's the nut that does the compost, not me. I'm not into that. My recycling stops at like cans, plastic bottles, glass, things of that nature. Let me grab this message or it's going to drive me crazy. Let's see what the message is. Start on now. And the message is, oh, it is from Ebba. Says, good luck with your show tonight. Sorry that I can't be there in person, but I will be there in spirit. And she sent me a lovely, and I do mean lovely, photo of Sweden, which is absolutely beautiful. See, it's a very lovely scenery. Thank you, Ebba. That is awesome. I love you, sis. You're amazing. By the way, here's my background on my cell phone. It's been that way since last September. I just thought I'd share my background. If you can't tell, it's me and Dolly Perot when we first met up. Well, a little after we first met up, because we had Annie take that when we got over to Bridgeport. So yeah, that's the background on my phone. So anyways, the beans are boiling. All hail the beans. Once they're done, I'll get them onto the plate that's in the microwave with the steak. So I hope that you've had a great time and actually learned something today. This is Chrissy saying, remember to feel the love, rock on, and pass it on. No matter what, even if they hate you for it later. And if you're doing something right, they will. And to a very special person who may see this, I wanted to say, oh, Chateau de Gringale. If I could buy it, I would. Take care. Bye.